Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so everything's being recorded. So handy, you know. We're good to go. Okay, so Katie, it's nice to see you back. This is awesome. And you got your coffee? Julie, do you have your coffee? Yeah, right on. The person labeled Dennis Committee, I hope you have some coffee or beverage too. You might need it, you know, we've got to take some breaks in here. All right, so what I'm going to do is start off with just kind of reviewing the idea about a 5-minute practice, because it seemed to really resonate with the ukulele group. I touched on it a bit with guitar, but now what I've done is it's a bit of just a shot of vitamins, right? For your guitar playing. It's so good. Vitamin D for your hands. Now, what I want to do is, because a lot of us are not too comfortable moving all the way over here yet with doing scales a lot, I thought we'd start with just a 3-string scale and then another exercise to get us moving around, okay? So a 3-string scale, it's going to be based on our G major scale, which, if your background is ukulele, is the same as your C major open scale, okay? So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to play this with my thumb, right? I'm going to do my 3rd string open, 2nd fret on that 3rd string. And I'm going to watch, make sure my finger's nice and close to that fret, right? Not in the middle of the fret, but nice and close, right? 2nd string open, 1st fret, 3rd fret. Look, see how my elbow was sticking out and I had to tuck it in when I went to play my 3rd fret? I was doing my little wing thing there. Okay, 1st string open, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. Okay, and then back down, 2nd fret, open, 3rd fret, 1st fret, open, 3rd string, 2nd fret, good, open, good. Okay, so now we're going to turn that into a movable scale. And you're going to be able to play that anywhere you want, but we've got to define the names of them. So I've got it written out on a whiteboard, and I'll hold it up on the screen so it's part of the recording, and then take a picture of it and put it on the website too. But so we played our G scale this way, just to get our fingers moving around. I want to play it as an open scale up the fretboard. Okay, so our numbers are going to be open for G, A on the 2nd fret, B on the 4th fret. Yeah, good. Okay, C on the 5th, D on the 7th. Okay, now up to 9 for E. Okay, and depending on what you want to do, like F sharp is part of that major scale on the 11th fret. And then you've got G on 12. Now I said depending on what you want to do, because we're going to be using that as a basis for playing major scales up and down the fretboard. Part of it is to move these fingers. The other part is to get to know the names of those notes up and down the fretboard. And then it'll lead into bar chords and all that sort of good stuff. So let's take this major scale and play it. We'll go down here. We'll go on the 2nd fret. Normally, just so you guys know, when I do a warm-up to play, I do it opposite. I play on the little frets. This is just a side note for you to think about. When you get this major scale shape done, I play it on the little frets, and I play it backwards and slowly stretch up my fingers to the big frets. That's how I do part of a quick warm-up before I play. Like if I have to go perform like at a ski hill and my hands are like ice, little frets, stretch them down to big frets. It is so handy. That's why this shape I use a lot. But we'll go down here where it's a bit more familiar, okay? So now I know that we've done this A scale in the past, but we're revisiting it and going to make it part of a regular thing. So 2nd fret on that 3rd string, that's your A, that's the root of that scale, or the note that the scale is named after. Now play on the 4th fret with your ring finger. Okay, and now reach over to that 2nd fret on the 2nd string with your index finger. Good. Middle finger goes on the 3rd fret. If you can, reach up to that 5th fret with your baby finger. Okay, and now 1st string, fret 2. Okay, and now 4th fret on that 1st string, and 5th fret. Okay, now let's go back down to the 4th fret on that 1st string. Okay, 2nd fret. Okay, now reach over to the 5th fret on the 2nd string. Good. 2nd or 3rd fret. Yeah. 2nd fret. Now to the 4th fret on the 3rd string. Yeah, and 2nd fret. I'll show you what it looks like as a scale chart. It's part of that Green Day tune I did. All right, let me just grab that chart and I'll show you what we're looking at so far. All right, so we've got the G, oops, oh, there we go, G major scale that I played. And what I did was I circled that note because that's a G. Okay, that's part of what that scale is named after. And then the other one, of course, is the 3rd string open, which is G. And then you take it and you, next step, we played the G major scale going up the fretboard. Now, see how I didn't do an F sharp there, I did an F? That's just because I wrote down like all the white keys on the piano is what I did, so that you get to know all those note names going up and down there. If you wanted to, you could play that F sharp on the 11th fret there. Okay, do what makes sense for you guys for this. And then we've got this little 3-string scale, and this is the A scale. You take that pattern, once you know it, once you've got your fingers trained for that, because it's an excellent left-hand finger independence exercise to play that scale. Play it on the 2nd fret as A. Then if you move it so that you start there on the 4th fret, it becomes your B scale. It just moves around. Just like a bar chord can move up and down the fretboard, this scale pattern can move up and down the fretboard, and you can put it wherever you want. So there's a good step towards getting comfortable with the names of notes on your fretboard and the freedom that comes with being able to play bar chords and find melody up and down your fretboard. Is it part of finger picking? Yeah, totally. We're going to make it part of finger picking. I know that this is like, whatever, you know what? This is part of just excellent growth for your guitar playing. Okay. So that's one thing there. Now, what I would do with that, thinking about the 5-minute practice I talked about with ukulele, okay, what I would do is I would play that G major scale one time through, right, just up and down, the open 3rd string scale up and down. You know what, like, you know how we talked before about with ukulele, like 30 seconds for one thing, 30 seconds for another? We'll break it down like that. And then what I would do is play that A major scale. You want to make sure you've got the finger pattern down. You want to memorize that. So you watch your hand and make sure that you're playing it like, if you can, and there's always room to move around, right? But I play it like this: index, ring finger, index, middle, baby, index, ring, baby. The reason for that is so I have a 4-finger spread. See that, how I've got a finger assigned to each fret? Okay. Now that is not the easiest thing in the world to do. I know that. So it's something where you're probably going to have to take your time, and you might wind up doing this, right? And just kind of walk along with it a little bit. That's okay. make it work for you, right? Just because I'm playing it this way doesn't mean that that's the only way to play it, right? But once you get it, I'm just kind of chewing through it here. Oopsie. Do you see what I'm doing there? I'm starting on A, and then 4th fret for B, 5th fret for C, and I'm just taking that finger placement, that finger pattern, and moving it. It feels kind of abstract at first, but you start down here. You get to know it. And like I say, I've got that pattern, so you can just take it, plop it on whatever fret you want. But how do you get those fingers strong? This is an excellent little 30-second addition here. Okay, I'm going to go up to my 7th fret. And I'm going to be on my 6th string. Okay, and I'm going to do, some people call it the caterpillar. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can hold down your fingers after you play it, great. If you need to go like this, that's okay. Baby finger feels weird to do that at first, right? So you might want to take 30 seconds of doing this. You might just do 1 string. If you feel comfortable, you move down. See this? When I say down, I mean just like straight across that fretboard, down all the strings. Yeah. I like the 7th fret because the frets are tinier up there. So you can practice holding your fingers down. Anya Pam, hello! She's on YouTube with us. Hello, how are you? That is the C major scale on, she was asking if that was a C major scale. It's the ukulele C major scale. On guitar, it's called the G major scale. As you move that pattern up, on the 5th fret, you'll find it. I'm sorry, I'm staring at my other screen as if I'm talking to you, Anya Pam. I'll stare this way. 5th fret, it becomes a C major scale pattern. All right, so as you're moving with this 7, 8, 9 deal, try to crawl across your strings. Okay. Ooh, Julie, you're making it right down to the 1st fret? Yeah, nice. I just take my time, man. I'm not in any rush with it at all. But what you want to do after you're comfortable with the 1, 2, 3, 4, mix it up. Maybe you want to go 1, 3, 2, 3. Or sorry, what? See, 1, 3, 2, 4. See that? 1, 3, 2, 4. Whatever you feel like doing with your fingers there. It starts with 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you mix it up. I usually do, I would repeat it on each string to start and not rush it, you know, because the whole thing is about effective finger placement. You know, make sure that everything's lined up well. Okay, so that is just my note right here. 1, 3, 2, 4 finger placement. It's just a quick note as a reminder about doing that on each string. So for this would be like if you've got a few minutes every day to do a little bit of skill development. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, you can grab them in any organization, like either starting with this or starting with this. But I would do, you know, maybe just 30 seconds of the 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, if you feel like doing more, you do a minute of it. But 30 seconds is probably enough to start. You don't need to exhaust your fingers. Okay. Are the finger picking lessons starting from basic? No, but what we're doing is we're giving ourselves a kind of like a 5-minute workout for our fingers. So this is what I'm talking about right now. That's pretty nice. So try to get this done every day, a little bit, right? The whole idea of a 5-minute deal. So now we've got our scales, we've got a little bit of finger picking work, and now we better look at hurt. Hey, Katie, did you get the music for hurt? Yeah, right on. Anya Pam, did you get the music for hurt off my website? It's just like a notes. Hopefully you got it. I've got to pull up the screen on the other page here. Or what am I saying? I don't have 3 monitors, so I've had to cover up the YouTube one, but I'll keep clicking and checking. Okay. All right, so I'll share the screen and we'll have a quick talk about that F chord again, okay? I was looking at the F chord and thinking, man, I really did all sorts of talking about different positions you could do with that one, but I'm going to talk with you guys about how you can level up that that picking too for this. Okay, so I'll just make it a little bit smaller. All right, so when you start the song, you've got your A minor chord, and you're picking 5, 4, and 1, 2, and 3 together. And then you go to your C chord, and you're picking 5, 3, 2, 3. And then to D, 4, 3, 2, 3, back to A minor. 2, 3, 4, and C, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, back to A minor. Yeah, good. And then, like, here's an option for you guys when you're picking this. So here's one thing that you can try. I usually pick it. I just pluck it with my 3 fingers. But you might want to try just flicking up, say with your index finger. So you do this, you pick 5 and 4. Actually, you know what? I'll stop sharing the screen and I'll show you some of these options here. All right. This is the way I typically do it. 5, 4, pluck, right? And I usually bring it closer to the bridge to give it a brighter sound on that pluck. But here's something else you may want to try doing. Do you see how I just flicked up with a finger? Doesn't have to be your ring finger. It can be any. Okay. Or whatever finger you want to use. So I pick. Five, 4, flick up. So you can decide what sound you like. It gives it a little bit of a brighter sound, right? With that first string being a bit more prominent. So if I play like that, then usually if I'm doing that, I flick with this finger because it's already planted there. It's already sitting there on that first string. So just so I keep my hand lined up, that's why I do that. So then I'd have 2, 3, 4, and then I go to my C, D, 4, 3, 2, 3, A minor, 5, 4. So worth trying that. Now, in terms of getting that tension, what I tend to do, watch how my finger shifts when I do that. See if I can move this. See that tension? I build up some tension and then I just let it go like that. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't dig in like this, go like that. I just go like that and let it really flick up. Okay, so I'm going to put this back up on the screen. And you, Pam, you can get that off my website. But I'll just share it on the screen again here for you. All right, so Julie, you said that you were able, or you were getting ready to play along with the song, right? That is many shades of awesome. I love that song. Now, when we play it, that last verse, like I've got the verse written A minor, C, D 8 times, and then the last time you go into that G, right? Like you play it 8 times and then flip over into the G chord. So I'm just playing the last time in the verse. And then C, 5, 3, 2, 3, then to D, 4, 3, 2, 3, G, 2 and 3 and 4. And that's where I tend to pluck my top 3 strings and my bass note with my thumb. So I've got my top 3 strings lined up with fingers 1, 2, and 3, thumb on the 6th string. Therefore, I've got my full G chord written, but I'm not typically playing that note. I play that guy there with my thumb, and then those 3 strings there. But you may find a different voicing that you like too, right? So I do my G, and I do a pluck, 1 and 2, and what I'm doing is I'm playing fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, then into my A minor. So let's just walk through the chorus a bit now. 3 and 4 and A minor, pluck, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, F, whatever arrangement of F you want. 2 and 3 and 4 and C. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and G. 2 and 3 and 4 and A minor. Back to the beginning of that chorus progression. F. C. Good. 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. We'll do the G. 2 and 3 and 4 and we'll cycle through it again. A minor. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and F. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and C. 2 and 3. Oh my gosh, my phone ringing. Sorry, normally I turn that off. That was my son's ringtone voice. All right, so we'll end off with the G part of the chorus. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and right back to the verse. A minor. 3, 4, C. D. Right on. A minor. Hear that? I did that flick. 4. Here we go to C. Nice. D. A minor. C. You guys are moving nice with this. I'm going to show you something different that you can do with those chorus chords now. Okay. And this is going to just change the feel a little bit here. So I wrote out the chords just in the standard open, like the standard chord shape. But in the song, Johnny keeps hitting that G note on the piano, and there's that intensity that builds up throughout the chorus. We're going to copy that on the guitar now. We're going to change the voicings of our chords. We're all happy with my hair. Let me take a sip of coffee, then I'll show you what we're going to do. Every chord we play, we're going to have that third fret on the first string included in the chord. So we're going to change the voicings of these. You do not have to play the chords like this, but it's just another way that you can change your playing if you want to. Okay, so I've got my A minor chord there. And now look what I did. I put my baby finger on that third fret. So make your A minor and then add the third fret on the first string. Just give it a strum, get used to that feel. Okay. Now let's try it. The F is gonna look like this now. So I made my, like I didn't bar my F there. See how it's just 3 fingers lined up like that? And then I put my third finger on that. Just keep that third finger on the first string. Okay. And then from there, you can just walk it down to your C. So they're all fancy with a third fret on the first string. Now you're going to get this sound. I'm just going to play through it so you can hear it. So I'm using that third finger as an anchor now. And then back to normal chords in the verse. So you do not have to do that with the chords if you don't really feel like it, right? Or if your finger's like not happy with it, but it's just another way that you can play around with these chord voicings, but still keeping with that pick or like pluck and then teeter-totter back and forth. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is just take a second and I'm going to draw out that chord, the chords with that different voicing so that it's part of this. There it is. So that it's part of this live stream. Now I've got on this whiteboard, I've got the standard chord shapes just written down there. So what I'll do now is I'll just write them with a little, like just a little clear circle with a third fret so that you can see how you can play them. And I'll put up, I'll share that screen again pretty quick here. Okay, so just to show you guys that, and so that it's written down here, it's just all these little circles. That's where you can add in your baby finger on that third fret. Just take a minute and try it out, see how it feels. It can feel a bit different, you know, doing that, right? To have that baby finger tucked in there. It's just nice to have the choice, right? See what feels okay, what doesn't, what sound you like too, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cool. Okay. So oh, that whiteboard's heavy, man. That's like my heaviest whiteboard. I will add that into the good copy of Hurt that I will be doing up because You guys can't stay just with that copy that I've got on the screen. You need a better copy. Although that one kind of gets the job done, but there's that's the G note we have to add on the first string. Yeah, absolutely, Anya Pam. That's and you can just sit there with your baby finger on that. It's kind of like it's an exercise in stretching and holding. How many times do you play through the chorus? Let me take a look at that. I think it's 4 times through the chorus, but I could be wrong, through that chord progression. That's part of it, is I need to make sure that I've got it lined up properly and defined. And if I play it on the live stream, then I think there's going to be a copyright issue, so I can't actually play it on here. Let me just take a quick peek here. Oh, I think I know where I have it. All right, let me take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, but the 4th time is the change. So it's 3 times the way it's written. All right, so sorry, I just need a second here. A minor, F, C, G. Just looking at the sheet music, make sure I've got it. 1, 2, 3. 3 times as written, and then A minor, F, G. And that last G, to build anticipation there, you don't want to do all the picking and strumming. You probably just do like a single pluck and let it ring out, because that's where he's saying, I will make you, before he goes back to the word hurt. So just a single pluck. And then he says the word hurt, and that starts again with the picking pattern of 5-4 pluck. Okay. So what I've done is I've just written it like this. Okay. So A minor, F, C, G, that standard pattern 3 times. And then A minor, F, single pluck on your G chord. Just pluck it or strum it if you want, and let it ring out for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to that, the picking pattern for the verse. And I think what you may want to do, depends on how you want to approach it, right? Like with the additional change of chords, sometimes what I like to do, if I'm comfortable with both chord shapes, right, with adding that in, first time through the chorus, maybe play the standard chord shapes. Maybe the second time you change it and add in that different voicing. You know, up to you guys. Be creative with it. Play it the way that it speaks to you. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is walk us through this. We'll play through the chorus, and I'll just say it as we go so that we get to hear and just jog your memory, okay? I would find Man, I love this song. It's so intense, hey? It's so sad. Now, Katie, have you heard this song the way Johnny does it? Yeah? Have you listened to the 9 Inch Nails original version? No? You guys should, for music appreciation homework, check out, I'll write it down in the chat, 9 Inch Nails. Oops. And Anya Pam, I'm going to write that in the chat for YouTube as well, so that you have it there for your music appreciation listening homework. And just check out how different the two versions sound. It's fun just to see how it's changed. All right. So here we go through the chorus, okay? So A minor, F, C, G. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and pluck. Yeah, 9 Inch Nails, Anya Pam. 4, and now to F, whatever version you want. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C. Now G. 2, and 3, and 4, and A minor. 2, and 3, and 4, and F. And C. And G. A minor. And F. And C. And G. So this is the last time through now. So we'll do A minor. And F. And now when we get to that G, oh, I lost my track of my beats there. Okay, and G, just pluck it and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do A minor. 5, 4, 3, 4. C chord. 5, 3, 2, 3 to D. 4, 3, 2, 3 A minor. 4. I did that little strum up. 5, 3, 2, 3 to D. 4, 3, 2, 3 A minor. And 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3 A minor. And really, when I'm playing my nylon string, you'll see this a lot from me. See how I go way down close to that bridge? So that I can imitate, like you guys both have steel strings, right? So that I can imitate that bright sound of the steel. I tend to go down there if I need to get that bright sound. I'm going to stop there because I want us to try playing that chorus with the third finger added. All right, so make your A minor and see if you can tuck that baby finger onto the 3rd fret. Okay, so we'll try this again. So now we'll do the pluck. 1, and 3, and 4, and F shape. Good. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C. And with the baby finger if you can. Good. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and G. Right on. Oh yeah. 2, and 3, and 4, and A minor. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and F. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and G. Right on. Okay, back to A minor. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and F. 1, good. 2, and 3, and 4, and C. Good. 2, and 3, and 4, and G. 2, and 3, and... So this is our last time through it, so we'll do our A minor. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and F. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and now with the G, just pluck it and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor. Yeah, okay. You might need to rest your pinky a little bit now. Just be all like, oh, pinky, pinky, ah. It's interesting, like watching myself play. It's kind of neat that that I can hold my baby finger down like that. There was a time I would not have been able to. Not have been able to at all. And to have that that finger independence, to be able to walk around, is pretty neat to get. But just be patient with yourself when you're working on it. And these exercises really do help. You know, just the creepy crawlies, right? They really make a difference. But be with all those sorts of things, it's funny because it doesn't look like it's a super complex song, and not every song that we play has to be really complex, but you can get a lot of different skills out of this song. Different picking patterns, right? Like the 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, working that. Picking and then doing a little flick, a little strum up with your finger like I do, or maybe you just strum straight down, and that's okay too. But using different picking skills all together in one song give it so many more dimensions, right? Like doing all that sort of stuff, you know, the pluck and then pick back and forth. Do you see this white stuff on my carpet back there? Finn murdered his soccer ball. He shredded it to pieces and pulled the inside ball out, so now he's got like 2 kind of soccer ball carcasses to play with. He just went nuts. Just cover that up. The carnage that happened in this room was incredible. I tell you. All right, so hurt is going to be really good for finger strength and working some picking patterns, but we need to do something where we can just relax with our fingers a little bit right now, I think, like with this fretting hand, because depending on where your comfort is with playing those chords, that can be a lot of work with that baby finger. So doing that, the different versions of those chords, take your time with it, and don't worry about doing it every time. Like play it as, you know, whatever. I know I put up different versions of that F chord, whatever, however you want to play it. Oh, kind of screwed it up there, what? Do you see all the different things I'm doing there? Okay, so step 1, pluck and then teeter-totter. Okay, just the way I did it before. So a full plant and then split them, right? Fingers versus thumb. Something else I did. Strum. I just did a flick down with my finger. Try that. I did my, we'll just play around just with the A minor, so it's nothing heavy duty. Okay, so step one, pluck, and then split the fingers. Okay, now let's try a strum. We'll just do a flick down with our index finger. The reason why I do a flick down with my index finger is so my thumb is still ready to play my bass notes comfortably. So I flick and then split the fingers. When I say that split the fingers from the thumb. So I'm going like this, right? So flicky strum. Okay. Maybe as the song is building in intensity, that light flicky strum is not enough. That's where you see me pull out the whole animal paw thing. See how I strummed right down with my nails? Like that? Yeah. And then, hang on, let me think now here. I tend to, on that first beat, where I usually do a pluck, like that, sometimes I double up my bass note, because right now, I've got it defined as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and right, just to keep it steady all the way along. But as that intensity builds in the song, that's where sometimes what I'll do is play an extra bass note. 1 and 2, and see that? So I pluck, then hit with my thumb again. So just try it on the G chord with me, because that's usually where I do it, is on the G chord. I go pluck, thumb, 2 and 3 and 4. And so I'll do it again. I pluck, extra bass note. At that point, what's happening is I'm playing on every 8th note in the bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so let's try that out again. And you may say, well, I don't want to do the pluck thumb. I want to do something else. Just keep everything rolling on every 8th note then. Ready? Just on the G. 3 and 4 and... And when we do it like that, we tend to lose all that energy, right? But what I would really encourage you guys to do is use your skill sets that you already have of the different, like the plucking together, fingers versus thumb, maybe doubling up on your thumb. Play it the way that it feels right to you, okay? Because everyone's going to play it a little bit different, because we're all different people. Right? So I've given you a framework to work around the song and options for different voicings for those chords. And they do have different names when you throw in that 3rd fret. I'm not worried about that right now so much as I am about you just getting that 3rd fret down. I do that a lot too. I was trying to think about what else. Mixing up the strumming with the finger picking. Down up strum. This is a fun one. I kind of had to walk through it a little bit and remember what I did there. Down, up, and then the finger's thumb. Up with my fingers, with my thumb, whatever, as a very forceful sound on that first beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and ba, picky. So that way it defines the harmony of the chord that we're changing to, and just levels up that energy. So sometimes I start kind of quiet here. Here I got louder with each one. And away I go. I forgot to hold that G. Okay, so I'll just put that down for a minute there. Something else I want you guys to think about. So this song Hurt it's a simple chord progression with a lot of potential. Just like looking right there, combining strumming with some picking to build energy as you go. Now, the thing that will happen though, as you do that is, did you see how my hand moved away from my strings when I plucked or when I strummed? So what you want to do then to help control that and to know where to go, strum, pluck, and just do it as a separate exercise so that you have this stuff going on. Pick up my guitar again here. My arm was getting kind of tanked out there. I'll just do open strings right now. So I'm going to strum, pluck, so that you have that dynamic of your hand going away with whatever strum you do, and then bring it back for a pluck. Strum, pluck, and then you'll start to feel how far you have to go, you know, in terms of coming back, because it's really fun and sounds really neat to combine strums with finger picking, but you've just got to be ready to come back in for it, right? Because sometimes what happens is you do a strum and you fumble to get back in for the finger picking. Anyway, that happens to everybody, right? Strum. And once you watch your hand to see how far you have to go, and then turn away, strum, pluck, and feel it. And you could even do this. Strum. See how I'm combining the strum and the finger's thumb thing? Because a lot of times when that energy builds up in a song, my strums are wild. And I might be like, Chad, my arm goes away, right? I mean, I'm pretty contained in these live streams, but when I'm strumming by myself, I'm wow, right? I'm having a great time. So practice that feel of, you know, you've got that energy, you've just got to bring it back in, right? So it's worth practicing that, you know, and get the feel of it, okay? Sounds kind of silly, but when you're playing, you want to know how far you've got to come to go back in. And you see, often this is my thing, right? Also, you'll see me land with my thumb first a lot, because my thumb tells me where my fingers need to be because of that whole full plant, going back to that full plant, right? So I'll slow it right down. So I strum, thumb lands, and then whoop, the fingers come in. They know where to go, right? So it's worthwhile practicing that sort of feeling, okay? Now, in terms of what we're going to be doing coming up, because Hurt it's a great song to play. There's going to be lots of different things to do in there. What I want us to do is I want you guys to have as much fun with that song as I do, right? So that's why I'm talking about the different picking patterns I use in there and the strumming with the picking. Practice playing with the song. Practice I can't stop biting my nails, so I can never play guitar with nails. Nora, you never have to play guitar with nails. There's been times I've played guitar with no nails, and my son finger picks, and I can tell you, he has no nails to to pick with. You don't need them. It's okay. When I was in college, for all my classical stuff, now it's a university, but when I was going, it was a college. My roommate played amazing classical guitar, no nails. So don't even worry about it. You can just tee off with no nails. Uh-oh, I lost track. Okay, hurt, lots of fuel for what you already know to express yourself. We got to choose another project song though. I had one request for Fields of Gold for guitar. Yeah, Katie's down for that. That would be pretty awesome, I have to say. If you, yeah, okay. Nora, do you know Fields of Gold? And you, Pam, do you know Fields of Gold? Because I'm all about arranging stuff for you guys. I love it. Can I have the name of the next song that you might teach? I would like to listen to it thoroughly. Yeah, we're thinking now. Okay, so Anya, Pam, you got to listen to Hurt and play along with it. It's Hurt's a great song to play. I love it. Love it so much, right? So Fields of Gold? Sting's Fields of Gold? Yeah, okay. We'll do that. So I'm going to have to arrange it. I'll level it up just like I do for ukulele. Get myself all ready for that. I'll type down the name of the next song in the chat. Fields of Gold by Sting. Yeah. But your guys' homework is to listen to the original version of Hurt. There's only one word that Johnny changed in there, and you'll know it right away. It's a naughty word. He changed it over. Nora, yeah, that's a Sting song, absolutely. And it's gorgeous. I love that song. And it'll fit so well under your hands on the guitar. Oh, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Yeah, what I would like to do too, as we go, is work more on Travis picking as well and incorporating that into different songs. Okay. So that might be like right now for our 5-minute practice, just to come back to that, we've got an open position G scale, playing the names of the notes up that G string. For part of it's for just your education, right? To find those notes, but we'll build on that with bar chords, so it'll be a good placement for you guys. The movable A scale up and down that fretboard as you get comfortable, and the whole 1, 2, 3, 4 thing, right, with laying your fingers. What we'll probably do is add some Travis picking patterns into the 5-minute, because right now it's pretty heavy on the fretting hand and we need more stuff on the picking hand. So to balance out that 5-minute practice, what I would do and by all means, play your guitar for way longer than 5 minutes. This is just like a shot of stuff, right? So right now, we've got that, and this. But that's like I say, it's pretty heavy on the fretting hand. For the picking hand, I know we talked a bit about it last lesson, but let's put an official assignment of some picking patterns, just open string or with whatever chord you want. I'll just tie that in there, so that way you can divide your 5 minutes the way that it feels right for you. But I would don't go crazy with the scales, right? Just, if you got 5 minutes, maybe a minute of each thing. So I'm going to write down some picking patterns, and they're not going to be okay. So for this set, I've just written down these. Oh, there we go. These ones. So they're all based on the full plant, right? And you'll see 5-3-2-3 in there is, and 4-3-2-3 is right out of Hurt, right? Also out of God Bless the Children of the Beast by Motley Crue. That's all right. So choose 1 or 2 picking patterns, 30 seconds on one picking pattern, 30 seconds on another, and that gives you your whole quick 5-minute practice. The only thing we don't have in there is a reward. But we'll work it out for next time, right? What you may want to do later on the scales, right? If you do 1 minute up here in the scale section, 30 seconds of this, 1 minute of this, and then a couple minutes of just playing whatever you want. Because we all need a reward all the time. We need our candy at the end. So when you're doing your practice, you may just choose one of those things on each of those 5-minute practices, right? Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute maximum. 1 minute here. 2 minutes of a song. Yeah, I like that. We've worked it out. We've worked it out. Now I'm going to hold this up one more time so that the whole thing is on the screen for the end here. So top part, just choose something when you do your 5-minute practice. Just choose one of those. That's totally fine. And then down here, move around from string to string. Start on the 7th fret though. It's just a nice placement for your fingers. 1 minute of that. 30 seconds of one pattern over here, 30 seconds of over there, 2 minutes of whatever your favorite song is to play. Doesn't matter what it is. And then that 5 minutes goes by so fast, you know, especially when you time it, right? And then you just, boop, you're done. And those little bits of time, boy, they add up. Barb, she was playing, she did her 5 minutes, right? And then her 5 minutes, she lost track of time and it turned into an hour. So 5 minutes a day if you can, right? And then if you can't, you know, be gentle with yourself. It's okay. All right. For the folks that are watching me on YouTube, I gotta go, and I will see you guys next time. And have fun. Your homework: listen to 9 Inch Nails, check out Sting's Fields of Gold, and I'll see you.